Okay, we're here at the CFSB Center following Murray State's 70-67 win over Illinois State in overtime. Murray State's first game in their new era of Missouri Valley Conference. Coach, maybe just your first thoughts about getting a big win on a historic night.
But it's a conference game, and so you got to win your home games, and nothing like making it very difficult. So obviously you remember it because it's the first one ever in the Missouri Valley. We're 1-0 in the league, but it took 45 minutes to get it instead of 40. But it's great that, we learned from UMass, we learned from Chattanooga, we taught from that, and those were tough losses. But now we can teach from a tough win where we had opportunities again, 8-12. We got to figure out ways to extend leads and close out games. And then we had times to close it out in regulation. We didn't do it. We got to all learn from that, coaches and players. And then I think the most proud I am about the guys is, hey, they hit the three, and we should have fouled right there on their drive because we had fouls to give and make them check it in again. We'll learn from that standpoint, but, a little too passive with our press attack, turned it over some, but to get down for them to score from 62-59 to take the lead at 64-62 and have the ball, everybody's probably like, shh, what the hell's going on here? Get Prohm out of here. Hell, they just got here. So, but for our kids to weather that storm and then really be resilient and then make the tough play at the end, that was great. So we really need, and after you go through it, you say that. But even as the game was going on, I was like, man, we need this. We need to kind of go up, down, back up, just to know we can do it.
This is what you're talking about with the 50-50 game.
These are all we don't have any 90-10s. So we're all into the 50-50. I mean, going into this game, I was told we had a top 30 schedule in the country up to this point, and so Dave did the schedule. So before I got the job, Dave had the schedule already made up. So put it on Dave. So, but we're 4-3, and I'm really not caught up so much in our record. Fortunate to be 1-0. Ryan's going to do a terrific job at Illinois State. A lot of respect for their program, and he's kind of the same situation with us, to where, man, you're taking over, you bring in new rosters, you're developing young men, a team at the same time, and obviously very fortunate to get out of here and with a win, and now we got to jump on a bus in the morning and get ready for Valpo.
Coach, 8 turnovers, really a smooth basketball game. What do you think the difference was in the final 4 minutes?
Well, we got some stops, and I thought we executed, and then Rob Perry made obviously a big shot, but Kenny White had a huge tip in, and then we got to do a better job obviously from the free throw line too. 10 for 15, we got to be in the set. We got to be 75, and if you're 75, you probably win in regulation. But huge tip in by Kenny. We got a touch, 64-62. We get inside. I think Mari got it. He goes 1 for 2 from line. Kenny gets a big tip in, and then obviously Rob's three was gigantic. We were trying to obviously isolate Jamari in the post while we worked some action for Rob for 3, and give Jacoby a lot of credit. He was like, Coach, let's run this, and we went with that, and we were able to get that dunk.
Night really gave you all a problem in the second half, though, with like number 3.
Yeah, I just thought our angles on our, we switch a lot. And I thought, man, as the fatigue got into play, our switches didn't become as aggressive. I thought the first half we really contained them really, really well. And I thought, out of the 27 they got in the first half, we probably gave them 6 or 8 from a standpoint. I mean, it just means, a poor shot gives them an opportunity underneath out of bounds. We mess up an assignment, to where I told the guys, you hold them to 27 again, we're going to win this thing, pretty good, in pretty good shape, and we would have. But I thought the second half, we wanted our gaps as good. Our switches weren't as tight and as aggressive. And then, we'll learn from that. And in press attack, we're kind of learning too. We trying to get the ball to Jacoby right there, kind of isolated by himself, and we just didn't make the play. And fortunately, we were able to get a stop.
Did they play a lot more zone than you were prepared for, do you think?
Man, I just knowing Ryan a little bit, and I go back to, we played him when I was I was head coach at Iowa State. We played them in the tournament, my 4th year there. And, he just comes from the Big Ten, and it's about tempo. right? And we wanted to play at one tempo and they want to play at another tempo. And so I really honestly, we spent a lot of time the last 2 days because I thought he would play a lot of the 1-2-2 3/4 court. And we got to get better. We're passive in our attack against that. We're kind of we're in attacking spots to attack, but we're passive in it. So we got to be better. But I thought we'd see a lot of 1-2-2. I thought they'd walk it up on every possession. And then I thought we would see a lot more zone when they thought, all right, we're having struggles guarding them. And I thought, we had a big possession against the zone late in regular. I don't remember if that was regulation now or overtime, but maybe it was regulation where, Jamari, kind of missed one at the rim, but got fouled. We had a couple chances maybe to get some and ones where some rimmed out. That would have probably helped, but no, because I really thought, just knowing him, I just thought tempo coming in here was going to be his thought process.
That's what he just said.
Yeah.
Coach, how do you think the bench is coming along? You've got a couple guys tonight that played 40+ minutes, obviously big key guys. Do you think the bench is coming along well for you?
Yeah, I thought Quincy did some good things. They just gotta, be confident when they go out there. We got to figure out a way to get Sam Murray in there. I got to get Sam in there, to get to 9. But I mean, if you look at them, I mean, they played 8 guys, and we played 8. They played 8. So I mean, you look at most teams, they're going to play 7 and 9. We need to get a 9th guy out there, whether it be, Braxton Stacker on the perimeter or Sam up front. We got to get one more guy as we continue to grow and develop. But it's, Justin got almost 10 minutes tonight off the bench. Brian Moore got 10. Quincy got almost 20. So, I mean, that's 40 minutes from the bench. They had, right about 36 too. So, I mean, we're right, but we do. We got to continue to encourage, create confidence in those guys because we need them. We need them as we go through this rigorous schedule.
You expecting every Valley game to be like this?
I would think in the top 10 league in the country, and they used to say this when I was in the Big 12, you throw it up and then at 4 minutes, just say, all right, it's 65-63. And I think anytime I think this is a top 10 league in the country, year in, year out, maybe it's 8 one year, maybe it's 12 one year, but on average about 10. You throw it up in the air and it's going to be possession games. And we were fortunate to win it. And I thought, Ryan did a good job. And they did a good job of not letting the game get away from them. And I thought with tempo, and I think we helped that to where I want our guys playing with confidence and freedom, but we shoot it quick sometimes. And even though they're good threes, it's quick and it just gives them opportunities to get back in the game. And so we got to learn from that. But I knew it'd be a tempo game. We could never get it in the second half, the 10, 12, 14, to make them speed up.
Coach, it's no secret how big this game was in terms of historically, especially. What was kind of the message to the guys? Was it just another game, or was it let's go out there and make history?
No, it wasn't let's make history. It was after the game, it was like, you'll be, you are part of history now. Our thing was, man, it's so much right now just about trying to grow this basketball team. I mean, Ryan's probably going through the same thing. I mean, when you're bringing in whole new rosters, there's good days, there are bad days, there's ugly days. We played phenomenal against Texas A&M, Chattanooga. We weren't as good as we needed to be. Today, you have opportunities to close the game. You don't do it, but you're resilient enough to figure it out. Man, win the day. That was terrific. Now we got to get on a bus to go play Valpo, but you got to enjoy winning. You got to enjoy this journey. This league is very, very tough. So, but you got to win your home games, or you got to win down near all of them if you're going to have a chance to compete for a league championship or really one of the top 4 seeds and one of the buys in St. Louis.
Especially for the new guys on this team. How important was it for them to play in this atmosphere that they've heard about from the other places?
Yeah, we need it, and we obviously we got to keep getting more people here, and keep getting the energy going and all that. But I told him, I said, man, don't let you came here to play in these crowds, play in these environments. Don't let that bother you, man. I said, you may turn a couple over early, we may quick shoot a little bit early, because man, it's you're caught up in the moment, but just settle down, stay the course. And we gotta grow from we have them on opportunities. at home to put them away. We got to figure out how to go from 10 to 15 instead of 10 back to 5.
Talking to some of the guys, they seem bought in. They are ready to play any day of the week, especially Jacoby when I talked to him the other day. It feels like the team is starting to come together more and more every game. The passing is more fluid. It just flows better more and more every game. Do you kind of get that sense? Does it look better from a coaching perspective? Is there a few things here and there that you're kind of like, we got to really?
Yeah, there's really good moments. Problem right now is when we're really sharing the ball, we keep missing the threes. You know what I mean? To where I want to show clips to where, every time we really move it, we miss a lot of them shot. And we're not shooting it great from 3 right now. That's not a secret. But we've got really good shit. I mean, you look at our guys' percentages last year, Kenny White's a 40% shooter at Tennessee Tech last year, and so we're doing some good things. And then obviously there's areas we got to continue to grow. Me as a coach with these guys and them, individually and us as a team. But I got to continue to learn them, what positions we want, how do we want to get the ball inside the best way, late game, horns ice, we called it. And, we got Kobe to the rim. I thought we, had an opportunity to, close it there too. We just got to keep learning and growing. But we've had some good moments, but then we had some moments to where the game gets back close. And like I said, but we're doing some good things, because if you lose the lead in regulation on a tough 3, and then you lose the lead in overtime and you come back and get a 4-point lead and have a chance to really close it out, you're making some strides. We got to take that other part out.
All right, thank you, Steve.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.